There are lots of great things around Lay Lake, worth checking out and definitely worth supporting. And my friend Amy has the perfect spot. This is Amy Smith, and she's the owner of 25 at Main, right here in Wilsonville, almost on the corner here. So, Amy, tell us about your background in food service.
Well, I have a degree in nutrition and foods, a minor in food service restaurant management. I've worked in restaurants most of my life, all the way from polish and brass as a hostess to consulting restaurants, and I worked for Cisco and retired from there 2 years ago as a VP National Accounts Business Development.
So I know a couple years ago when I had this lot here for sale, you called me, and that's how we became friends and got to know each other, and you had this great idea to start a food truck park.
Yes.
And I thought it was fabulous. So tell us where that idea came from and kind of what's behind that vision.
Well, I would say from working at Cisco, there was an account that I had that purchased for me, and it was called NICA, and that's National Independent Concessions. And that is carnies that go all over the country and take their food trucks and go to different large food festivals, and they had very elaborate food trucks. So as I hired people through the years, I always tell them never forget where you came from. So I was at La Piñata one night, Hans and I, my husband and I, eating dinner, and it was about a year and a half after I retired from Cisco, and I'm like, I'm buying that piece of property and we're putting a food truck park there.
And she did it. She and Hans did it. And y'all have worked so hard. Like if you come down here anytime during the week, you'll find you, and usually Hans too, working on something new and one of your new ideas. So tell us why you did this for this community.
Well, we've lived here for 19 years and we enjoy it. And once we moved here, we never felt like that we would leave this community. And but through those 19 years, we enjoy, obviously, I traveled the country for 14 years. And went to nice restaurants, and so we go to Birmingham to go to restaurants, or we'll go into Chelsea or La Piñata, but you have to drive about 20 miles. Mm-hmm. So we had to make sure that our pantry was full. You always had to cook, and it's nice to be able to rely on something in your neighborhood.
Yes. So
I thought of it and said, I want to offer this to the community. Not only do I want to offer it to the community to have something to rely on to eat, but I wanted to save these trees and preserve the land and keep it a hometown feel and have, I thought about the trees and like, I want lights in the trees. So we did that. And it kind of reminds me of when I used to watch the Gilmore Girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it really does. So, and at Christmas, you had them all lit up, and it's just like every season you have it decorated out front, and the community has really loved it. And it just, people are down here playing games and hanging out in the afternoon, and it's just such a fun place to gather too, which I love. So tell us about all the little different areas you have, like what else going on here?
So we started just on the weekends. We were open for about a year just on the weekends, and we had one food truck, and that was Dairy On's. And then as we worked through, I worked mostly last year in the gardens, in the yard, and trimming trees and planting flowers and things of that nature. And as I was doing that, I was sketching out things that I wanted, like the pavilion and how I wanted these spaces to be and how I wanted the gravel to go around it, be a circular food truck park. And then, of course, as I'm doing that, I keep thinking, well, I'll have a garden center, and then I'll have a marketplace, and we need a produce stand. And so while my husband didn't know that I had all of these ideas, he ultimately became good with them. And we all say that we're so blessed to be a part of this park because I never pushed anything. I never begged anybody to come work for us. I wanted things to happen naturally. So as we built the different places, immediately our neighbor Pat Jordan said, I want to put an ice machine there. And then LAB's said, I want to be able to set up there all during the week and build business. And then we bought a food truck. Well, Taqueria, they have, this is their fourth, so they rent this one from us, but they have one in Montgomery, Calera, and Columbiana. And so he rents that, and so he wants to be here all the time. So it kind of like evolved, and then Tia Brooks came, and we'll meet her in a minute, but she said, can I set up a produce stand here? And I said, most certainly you can. So she started with a tent, and I said, well, if it works out okay, I'll build a produce stand. And within 2 weeks, she said, we're staying here.
I love it. I love it. And it's been such, I mean, everything here, just your vision. You have the new little cabins over there that are going to have like your
Garden
center and stuff, and just a fun place to be. So excited about what are you looking like for the spring and summer? What are some ideas you have? Some like family nights or things like that are coming up?
We do. So a couple of things that we're working on right now is we will, there's a garage back there behind the house. We're turning that into a commissary for the food trucks. And then we will put 2 bathrooms outside of it for the community to be, and then we already have 2 legal cornhole boards. So we want to have cornhole tournaments. We'll put a little putting green in, so we might have putting tournaments. And then we do want family nights, but one of our first things coming up is a trade day we're having on Easter weekend. We're gonna have an Easter egg hunt. We're gonna have the trade day with some vendors out here and music for that weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm putting that on my calendar. I hope you guys will come down to 25 at Main and support all that Amy's got going on. It's a great place for community. It's a great place to build community, to meet people, to eat some great food and not have to go 30 minutes away. So come check it out and show your support. So we came over to the produce stand, and this is Tia Brooks, and she's going to tell us about what she has here that she's selling at the produce stand.
So we have lots of vegetables and fruit. Our goal is by the end of the spring to have all local produce and vegetables. We have a lot of farmers that are going to bring us their extras to sell out here. We're hoping to have lots of just local homegrown stuff here and not farmers market stuff.
Yeah.
I also make sourdough sandwich bread, sweet rolls, let's see, pound cakes, jams, jellies. We have lots of homemade craft items. We have lots of local vendors that bring their stuff here. Like we have Cowbell Farms lotions and tallows and balms here.
And that's one thing I love. So I love that in here, it's your stuff that you're making and that you're growing at your Brooks Family Farms.
Yep.
And Southern Sourdough, right?
Yeah, Southern Dough. Yep.
Southern Dough. And then like Cowboy Farms, she's from Wilsonville. Jacqueline Harvey and Shannon Hobbs, her eggs are in here. She's from Wilsonville.
Yep.
And so y'all really brought something here to Wilsonville to help other people be able to make some money.
Yeah, we have local artists that are bringing their products here. So some of the yard art that you're going to see are from local artists that are here. We have several, like the Easter Bunny you see on the counter there. That's a local artist here. He makes things like that and brings them here to sell. So yeah, we're trying to make an artist community as well so that people have somewhere to sell their stuff.
I love that. I think that's great, and it's just building community so much. So are you enjoying being down here?
Oh, I love it. It's great. I see everybody. Everybody stops. Even if they don't buy anything, they'll stop and check and see how everybody is.
Yeah.
And they'll,
But you need to come buy something.
yeah, definitely come buy something.
Yeah.
They drive by and honk the horn at us, so
Yeah.
it's kind of cool just to see everybody.
Yeah, and people don't realize it, but this is a really busy road right here on 25 in Wilsonville, and little old Wilsonville. We got a busy road, so lots of folks driving by, and y'all stop here, see Tia, and try her sourdough's amazing. I've had it. Love her rolls, lots of good stuff. And then also there's lots of good produce here and just other products that support other people in the community. Love what's going on.
Yeah, thank you for coming out.
Hey, this is Davy Edwards. You grew up in Wilsonville, correct?
I did.
And in fact, right in that house right behind us,
That's
right?
correct.
That's right. So I just want to know, what do you think about this food park being in your hometown now?
Amy has done a great job. I mean, a lot of people have doubted it, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it's really been nice. She has done a tremendous job. It looks beautiful. So it's actually been, to me, it's kind of like the focal. I mean, we haven't had a place like this, and she's done a great job with it. And every day she's doing something different. So it's been really great. It's been an asset to the community because, you know, we haven't had a brick and mortar type restaurant and since DJ's closed, and so it's really filled the bill. And it stays busy. Good folks all the way around.
Yep. Okay, now I'm back with the dynamic duo here. So Hans has joined us after his other job to come hang out. So Hans, tell us what this food truck park means to you.
It means a lot. My wife's done a lot to make this happen. It is something that we wanted for the community. There's no food in Wilsonville, and I think it's turned out to be a fantastic venue for local and hopefully draw people from outside of Wilsonville.
Well, I just want to say you've done an amazing job supporting her. I see you down here working hard and building stuff all the time. So how does she talk you into that kind of stuff?
I'm free labor all the time. That's what I am.
I love it. Well, we appreciate all y'all are doing for the community and all that. I mean, this place is just going to keep expanding.
We
That's
feel
right.
that it will too. And now we've just rented the house, and I took a little off the rent to make sure they would come cut the grass. So Hans does not have to do that now because he did
There
not
you
want to
go,
pay
huh?
anybody to do it, but it's a lot easier to take it off the rent.
Not going to
There you
pay
go.
for something you can do yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we've built everything ourselves. And if I need a pole put up or something built, Hans is always glad to come out here and help me and try and figure out what my vision is to execute it.
That's right. Well, I do know too, he did get a TV so he can watch football on the
That's
fall
right.
as well. So,
Exactly.
enjoyed hanging out at 25 at Main this afternoon and so excited about all that's here and all that's coming. So you guys come out, support Hans and Amy, support this place and come get some yummy food, some yummy produce and hang out.
Yes.
That'd be great. Thank y'all.